you ever walked through the park and heard the excitement of people playing sports? Have you ever walked through a restaurant and seen multitudes of people rejoicing over a sporting event? Chances are you have. Everywhere you turn, there are sports being played or being televised. According to a study done by Statista.com in 2018, 95.6% of all Americans participate in leisure activities or sports. No matter where you go, chances are someone is watching or playing sports. Why is this? Sports is an integral part of our society. Not only does it help people stay in shape, but it also has social benefits and is a money-making business. In a day and age where 40% of all Americans are obese, it is important that we get adequate exercise. According to the American Heart Association, it is essential that adults get 150 minutes of exercise per week. Even more for kids, who it's recommended that they get 60 minutes per day, totaling 7 hours per week. So how do we accomplish this goal? The answer is simple: sports. Not everyone is wired to go to a gym 3 times a week to work out. However, there are so many different sports that can be played that it's almost impossible to think you can't find a sport you enjoy. And that is the great thing about sports. Most of them are inclusive. So it doesn't matter what age or whether you're male or female, you can find a rec league or just a pickup game with friends to get that much needed exercise. And we aren't just talking about physical health. Sports can help mental health as well. In the era we live in today, mental health is a huge issue. In the world of sports, it is a huge issue as well, with many big-time athletes such as Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Love speaking out on this issue. Playing a sport can seriously decrease stress. To put into scientific terms, exercise and other physical activities produce endorphin chemicals in the brain that act as a natural painkiller and also improve the ability to sleep, which in turn reduces stress. That leads me into my second point, the social benefits of sports. Just recently, I attended a playoff game between the Atlanta Braves and St. Louis Cardinals in St. Louis. Sitting to my left was a very loud and obnoxious Braves fan who, for obvious reasons, started to get heckled by the surrounding Cardinals fans. It was very apparent that they did not much care for each other. But as the game went along and emotions went up and down, the two fans started talking more and not heckling each other, and by the end of the game they were sitting together, taking pictures, and even buying each other drinks. This is what is so great about sports. Two people who didn't know each other and really didn't like each other can come together and become buddies because of a sport event. This is why sports is such an integral part of society. It has the ability to bring people closer together and help develop bonds. Take me, for example. I've played baseball for 15 years. And in those 15 years, I've developed many friendships that without baseball would have never been possible. Also playing into the social benefits of sports are the relationships that teams develop with their fans. For example, many sports teams go and visit hospitals and schools and people who are less fortunate and do great charity work. In a lot of these circumstances, these people's spirits are lifted when they get to see famous athletes who come to visit them. Another great example is how cities and multitudes of people rally around their teams. A couple great examples come from following huge tragedies in the 9/11 bombing and the Boston Marathon. Both cities rallied around their baseball teams during that time to help cope with the tragedy going on in the world. Now here are 2 pictures from that time of a Boston Red Sox game and a Yankees game. Moving on to my third and final point. What in society is more important than anything else? That's right, you guessed it, money. What fuels people more than anything? Money. It is no different in sports either. Every professional athlete is making at least $500,000 a year, and 90% of them are making well over $1 million. Professional athlete is by far the occupation that wields the highest year-by-year salaries. And it's not just the players making money in sports. The teams are awarded these giant TV contracts that make them all kinds of money. For example, the Los Angeles Angels have a contract that awards them over $3 billion, according to MLB.com. Digging even deeper, advertisers make oodles of money from their ads being televised to the millions of people watching sports events per year. And on top of that, even the fans can get in on the money grab. Let's not forget about the ever so important sports betting. One study suggests that upwards of $150 billion is bet on sports in America alone each year. And it's not just professional sports. College sports are making all kinds of money as well. The NCAA is projected to profit over $1 billion per year. In short, without sports, society would lose arguably its biggest money-making industry. Without sports, society would not be the same as it is today. Society needs sports for its health benefits, social benefits, and its financial benefits. Thank you for your time.